Cotuit was ready to go in a game versus the league-leading Chatham Anglers today, looking to stay afloat above 500 in what would look to be a tough matchup. Cotuit got off to another hot start thanks to none other than poster child Nick Gonzalez, who reached base for the 22nd consecutive game this season with a leadoff home run to give Cotuit an early 1-0 lead. However, Chatham's Brady Smith proved himself Gonzalez's equal on the day by smashing a 2-run blast off of starter Jackson Wolf in the top of the second. Cotuit was in a 1-run hole after 2, but thankfully they found the push they needed very quickly, and from an unexpected place in the batting order, as number 8 hitter Cody Pasek, a last-minute addition to today's lineup, grounded a single up the middle to score Casey Schmidt and even up the score. And before Chatham knew what had happened, 9 hitter Adam Oviedo repeated what Pasek did and grounded a single of his own past second base to score Joey Loperfido and make it 3-2 Cotuit through 2. However, Cotuit's lead was short-lived as Chatham got runners on the corners in the third inning for Jorge Arenas, who lifted a ball deep enough to right for a sac fly that would score Tyler Dones and even the score at 3. In the fourth, after Bo Hofstra was substituted for Jackson Wolf, he gave up an RBI double to Paxton Wallace that would give Chatham back the lead. In spite of this, Hofstra would put up a solid outing in his next 3 innings, and so would his defense behind him, as the infield turned 2 to get out of the 5th, and once again to get out of the 6th and keep the game close. By the 7th inning, the slow pace of play meant that the darkness and forecasted rain were steadily encroaching, and Chatham would worsen Cotuit's chances of a comeback with an infield single that would make it 5-3. The game would take an unfortunate turn in the bottom of the 7th as Cotuit came up to bat in what was likely the last half inning. Chatham reliever Jeremy Wu Yellen smoked a fastball that got by the catcher and hit home plate umpire Dan Henry right in the mask. Henry was visibly shaken up and had to be helped off the field, and both coaches still wanted to finish the game afterward if possible, but a snafu followed concerning whether the other umpires had extra home plate umpire gear available to suit up, which ate into valuable playing time and eventually motivated coach Mike Roberts to put the game under protest. Once an umpire eventually suited up to man home plate, Cotuit would go down 1-2-3 and the game would be called due to darkness. The skies opened up after the game was called, so ending after 7 was likely the natural conclusion to the day, but also the conclusion of a disappointing 5-3 loss to Chatham to bring Cotuit back to an even 500 on the season. Cotuit is scheduled to travel to Doran Park in Bourne tomorrow for the first time this season, but given the field's poor track record of draining after heavy rain this year, the status of tomorrow's game is up in the air. Post-game today, we caught up with Coach Roberts and reliever Bo Hofstra, and to send you to those interviews and signing off for the Cotuit Kettleers, I'm Jacob Cohen.
Coach, you had a bit of an animated discussion with Cody Pasek and Jackson Wolf after the second inning. What did you go over in that brief exchange?
We just went over pitch selection against certain hitters, that type thing.
Okay. Bo Hofstra was fantastic today. 3 1/3, 1 earned, which really wasn't, little mistake. How impressed were you with him? Well,
he's done a wonderful job the last 2 outings after his arm was a little stiff one time. But Bo's got a lot of experience at Purdue, and we have a lot of confidence in him, so I thought he threw the ball extremely well against a very good club.
This game is officially under review, is what we heard. Why did you do it? What are the reasons behind it?
I felt like, we needed to do something to take a look at because, it was an unexpected delay. Both coaches were willing to finish the game later at either their site or here, and both coaches were interested in finishing the game. But anyway, they say we weren't allowed to do that even if the coaches agreed on it, and that's fine. Whatever they decide, it's their league. They can decide what they want to.
Really tough moment in the 7th when the ump got hit directly in the face. How hard is it to refocus and try and get your guys re-energized to finish a game?
Well, I don't think you try to get them re-energized. First focus is, I'm a former catcher, and I've been hit. I can't necessarily say I've been hit that hard. That was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball flush without any interference with a glove, and I'm extremely worried about concussions, and concussions can last a long, long time, and I'm hoping he does not have one. But I would say the preliminary reaction when you watch that, because my son had several concussions in the major leagues, and I've seen a lot of players, and I worry about him a lot, and that's the most important thing this evening, not win or lose. I mean, you got an umpire down, and that's the most important thing.
Bo, really solid performance today. 3 1/3, pitched really well. You look comfortable out there. How did it feel?
It felt really well. Just kept the ball low in the zone. Didn't try to do too much with the fastball. Just tried to locate it in and out and up. So, yeah, it felt good.
The last couple starts, you've inherited some runners on first and second, and you've consistently gotten double play balls. How do you do it? Is that something you plan for? Keep the ball low, and just take us through those.
I don't really plan for it, but the double play is a pitcher's best friend, and you just keep it low in the zone and you create ground balls. So it's awesome to get a double play and walk off the mound.